Hey everybody. Well, today we're going to talk about what to focus on Facebook in 2021. Now, we all know that Facebook is constantly changing things. All the social media platforms are actually constantly changing things. And so, what do they want you to focus on, and is Facebook going to be pushing in their algorithm more and more this year? So, maybe you're wondering, hey, what's coming next? If that's you, put hashtag what's next in the comments below. And, we're going to be focusing on Facebook today. Maybe a different day, we're going to talk about Instagram and YouTube and some of the other media channels, and we'll figure that out. But today is all about Facebook. Now, I'm Levi Hunsaker with JillandLeviHunsaker.com. If you're joining us, let us know where you're joining us from in the chat. And if you're catching this on the replay, put hashtag replay in there, and let's connect. And I'd love to connect with you and see, what trainings that you guys are looking for. So, kind of a little history on this topic. We invest in ourselves. We spend money to invest in training, and because this is our business, we take this seriously, and we want to make sure that we have the best tools and resources. And today, we're going to share some of those with you so that you can take advantage of those resources and tools going forward into 2021 to really make this one of your most powerful years ever. So, let's just jump right in. I've got 5 tips for you today. 5 things that Facebook really wants you to focus on in 2021. And the first is micro content. Now, what do I mean by micro content? Well, stories. Stories is one of the best forms of micro content available, and on the Facebook platform. And what you want to make sure of is when you take advantage of this is one of the ways that you can stay in front of people a lot. So when you are doing a Facebook post and you do another one throughout the day, those Facebook posts are actually competing with each other as well as with everybody else. So you actually get into a competition with yourself. And that's really not a great place to be when you want people to be seeing all of your content. So maybe you have one really powerful post, and then you can basically just do little clips, 10, 15 second clips throughout the day. And when you do that, you can do 3 to 5, and that's going to constantly be pushing you up in the queue, in the line of the Facebook stories. So this is a really powerful tool to keep yourself in front of people. And I guess one way to enhance that is to constantly be interacting with the people that you want to see your content consistently. So that's kind of a bonus tip. I wasn't really thinking I was going to go into that today, but hey, we'll throw it out there. So put hashtag bonus if you like that one, because it's one of the ways that you get people to consistently see your content, and for you to consistently see their content is to constantly engage with them and their content. And so it creates this reciprocal kind of relationship in Facebook's algorithm, so that you'll start seeing more of each other's content. So back to stories though, you want to be putting 3 to 5 stories out per day. Now, this doesn't have to be something crazy. Just a 10-second clip. Show people what's going on in your world. Show people what you're doing in business. Show people your pets if you have them. Your fur babies. You can put anything out there, but this is where you get an opportunity to connect with more people. You get an opportunity to show more personality, show what's going on. And you know what? If something shows up on your story and you're like, I wish that I wouldn't have done that. Well, guess what? In 24 hours, it's gone anyway. So this is a great way and a spot to test new stuff and kind of get more comfortable in your own skin and what you're doing with your business, and you're putting yourself out there. Like if this is not your thing, it's a great way to get started, because stories, it's like they disappear. They go away. You get 24 hours, they're live, then they go away, and only the people that saw it know. And honestly, in a day or two, they probably forgot that they saw it in the first place anyway. So don't stress. It's an easy way to just kind of play around and test out some new stuff and figure out what's getting you engagement. There's a lot of cool features in stories. You can do polls, you can do questions, you can do quizzes, you can, share other content that you find valuable for the people that really, when you are utilizing your personal profile in a business sense as well, are potential prospects or leads for your business. So you can put that stuff out there. Now, the cool thing is when someone engages, and by the way, Facebook is going to make these more, it's going to encourage more engagement. It's going to push stories more. It's going to push all of these tips we're going to go through more than just traditional posts. So if you want to level up and get more eyeballs on your content, I would recommend that you seriously look at these strategies. So the polls, the quizzes, the questions, all these things in Facebook stories, when you do them, the cool thing is when somebody engages with that, it pushes you into Facebook Messenger. When they respond, it pushes that data into Messenger. And now you're actually starting to create a conversation and interact. Isn't that what we want in our business? More conversations, right? Okay. And that brings us into tip number 2, messaging. It's been around for a long time. It's going to keep being around because what does Facebook want? They want interaction. They want engagement. And Messenger is one of the best ways to do that. When you're having Messenger conversations, and this is kind of what I talked about in the stories, having conversations and interaction, you will notice the people that you just had conversations with in your messaging, you're going to start seeing more of their content. And they're going to start seeing more of your content. So interact, engage, be a real person, do more messaging. But don't be spammy about it. You're not posting your links or any of that stuff. You're actually just go into a messaging conversation with an attitude of, I just want to connect and grow my network. I want to connect to someone as a person and find out more about them. Get curious, find out what they're about. Actually build a real relationship. We're not talking about the friends name that we give to a lot of the people that we are acquainted with online. We want to actually build real friendships and get to know each other. Facebook is all about that. That's what they encourage. The more you do that, the more they're going to push that content up in the results. So, algorithm hack right there. One of the, again, leveraging the Facebook stories because that's going to put more conversations into Messenger. Now, this is the fun part. A lot of you know that there is a Facebook Messenger. Some of you may not, and that's okay. But you can start doing it anytime. But what you may not know, maybe you do, is that there is a second inbox for people that you don't even know, the people that are just sending you random messages. When you use Facebook Stories, pro tip right here, when you use Facebook Stories, that's going to put you right into their inbox because there was an interaction. They had to click on your content to get you into Messenger. So now you've kind of bypassed that second inbox and gone straight to the primary inbox. So it's a great way to do it. Another awesome way is, especially if you have a business page or a fan page, a public profile, start leveraging ManyChat. So it's an automation tool that helps you have conversations and things. And a lot of that's going to be on content with your page and how people interact with it. But you can actually build it in a way that, I guess, what's the right word? It takes on your personality because you create it with your personality. And when you do that, it's how you actually interact with a real person. So as you start interacting with more and more people, what you are going to see is that you could actually build a lot of that through some of these tools and use leverage in your business so that you are building rapport, building a relationship, and connecting with people. And then you can still do that personal interaction as well, because that's where the real power is in connecting with other human beings, right? Okay, tip number 3. Oh, my finger's not going all the way out. So tip number 3, video. Now this is a huge one. If you are not doing video, and I'm gonna qualify this, if you are not doing live video, I'm gonna give you a little bit of tough love here. So today, tough love. It's Wednesday night. I was thinking it was Tuesday for a second, but it's Wednesday night, so it's not tough love Tuesday. It's tough love Wednesday. If you are not doing live video yet, you absolutely should be doing it, and I'm going to tell you why right here. It's a game changer in business. So in this training, there was a pie chart, and a very small percentage of content on Facebook is live video. If you want to take advantage of that lack of content in the live video space, now is the time. Get going. The awesome thing is that live video does even better than recorded and posted video. So it's a difference. The Facebook algorithm wants to push live video because in terms of the overall picture of Facebook content, it does not have enough live video to kind of compare with all the other content. So that's a huge, huge thing, is go into live video because they want to, I guess, promote that type of content more into other people's news feeds. Let's see. An interesting fun fact, that you get about 600% more engagement with live video. This is the reason why, if you are not doing it yet, you've got to start doing it now. Get serious about your business. Get going in live video. And the best part is, these live videos, they can stick around and continually help to build, I guess, rapport. It helps people get to know you. It helps people get to know your personality. It helps people get to know your body language. And it helps build that know, like, and trust factor. So huge, huge opportunity, because it's such a small percentage. If you jump into this space now, you're not going to get drowned out as much as, a few years from now, or possibly even a year from now. We don't know what that's going to look like. So take advantage of the opportunities when you see them or when you learn about them, and take that forward. Another one, hashtags. So this has been huge on YouTube. It's been huge on Instagram. It's been growing in Facebook, but they're going to start pushing it more and more, is hashtags. Now, I got a couple of fun tips from you, because I've learned these tips in different places. But the first is that you're going to go out on the interwebs and you're going to search for trending hashtags, because what you want to do is you want to attach yourself to a topic that's going to get a lot of eyes on it. So make sure that your video and your content matches that hashtag. Otherwise, it's just weird. But go ahead and search out popular trending topics, and you're going to attach yourself to these trends, because when that trend rises, you're essentially rising yourself with it, because a rising tide raises all ships. So take advantage of that momentum that hashtag is already giving you. So, and another one, have a few of your go-to hashtags, ones that you're using consistently, because that's going to start building some branding and some awareness. And another fun one that I learned from another one of the leaders in our company was, use a special font. If you don't know how to use fonts, go check it out on the Google or whatever your favorite search browser is, and really take advantage of this kind of little known thing. Even if you use the same hashtag as someone else, if you do it in a special font, it actually creates a separate kind of thread just for you. And so you can take advantage of the hashtag for everyone, the trending hashtag with the same name, and put that in there, and maintain your own version of it. So when somebody clicks that version, the unique version of your hashtag, it actually shows a thread of pretty much all of your stuff, unless somebody swiped it. So you can't stop. I mean, you can't really prevent that, but just brand yourself, be unique, and that's just a fun one that will give you basically a feed of all of your own stuff, and that's a pretty cool one, especially when you pass those hashtags along to your prospects and other people. You basically just gave them a feed of your stuff. Okay, and remember, with anything, with all of these strategies, you're just going to have to test, because what's working today might not work the same tomorrow, and what worked yesterday might not be working today, right? So you've got to test, you've got to adjust, you've got to pivot, and really just be open to continually trying new things. Be curious, find out what's working, find out what's not, find out what might work better, and just keep rolling your business forward. Okay, the last one. This is one that I had no clue about, but it's if it's not already live, it's definitely coming. And this is shopping. So this has been already happening in Instagram shopping. Basically, in your live videos, you can do things like tag a product, or show a price, or give a link so that people can buy. And basically what you're doing is what they're doing is they're pushing that more and more. I'm going to date myself with this comment here, but when I was young, this was the Home Shopping Network on TV. You look and somebody's up there peddling some type of jewelry or product or something like that. But it's kind of just on this constant feed and cycle where they just do it for a few minutes and then move on to another product. It's gonna kind of be like that. I think today that's the QVC network or something like that. So anyway, that was kind of an aside, but you can basically turn your lives into a way that turns into a shopping experience for somebody. And Facebook's going to be pushing that more once that goes live. I know they were beta testing it with some other people, and they kind of roll things out in waves and do tests and then roll it out to more people. So once that goes completely live, it's going to really pick up some steam. So huge opportunity there, and that type of environment can really encourage people to buy, and you just make sure that you're constantly there, you're constantly in front of them, and you have a great product to offer. So huge opportunities. So remember, we're going to check these one more time. You've got your micro content, your stories, your messaging, your video, your hashtags, and your shopping. When you can do those 5 things, it's going to really put fuel into the tank and propel your business forward. Now, go ahead and let me know what your favorites are, what you think you're going to do in your business. And I'm going to give you a word of caution here. So my nephew says he has something called ADOS, and the funny thing was I'd never even heard of that the first time he said it, and I just recently heard it from somebody else on a training. And so my nephew says, I have ADOS, attention deficit, shiny. Okay? Don't have shiny object syndrome as you're doing this. There's so many possibilities out there of things that you could do, but look at this list of 5 items and say, okay, what's 1 or 2 things that I can commit to right now and be consistent at? If you're just going to do it once or twice, it's not going to really tell you a whole lot about whether it's working or not. But what can you do consistently, and what can you commit to doing consistently? When you can do those 2 things with a new piece of content creation or a new piece of interaction with your audience, that's when you're going to start building influence. You're going to start building integrity. You're going to start building your trust because you're consistently showing up. So with that in mind, I'm going to ask this question again. Let me know below, what are your favorites? And if you got value out of today, drop #value. Let me know what your favorites are. And let's see this through to moving your business forward. Have a great night, everybody.